Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you once again to be here in our roundtable. As you know, today we have a roundtable with an amazing brand that we want to show to all our Canadian and American travel agents. Today we're going to talk about our Me brand by Meliá. And for that, we have three amazing guests here with us in our panel. Two of them are our director of sales for two different hotels under the Me brand. One of them is the Me London. We have Julian the boss. He's the director of sales from Me London. He has been with us in the company for the last 2 years as a director of sales for this amazing property in London. As well, we have Russell Dillon, which is our director of sales from the Me Dubai, a brand new property that we have in the Dubai destination, which is, as you know, one of the hottest destinations right now nowadays. So Russell is going to talk a little bit about this brand new property in Dubai. And also we have Mariluz, that some of you met Mariluz last week with our Grand Meliá brand webinar. So today as well, we have Mariluz all the way from Spain. She's our director of premium sales brand. And as you know, Me is under our premium portfolio. So we're going to talk today about the Me brand. I'm really excited with these guests that we have right now. And one of the targets and one of the objectives that we have for today's webinar is for you guys to really understand the concept of Me. Maybe you're familiar with Me Cabo, the hotel that we have here in the American region, but most of our Me hotels are in Europe and in other regions around the world. So the main target and the main topic of this webinar is for you to get to know this brand. So any question that you have, please type it in the chat box. As you know, when we finish our presentation, we're going to read each one of your questions. And as well, please pay attention, put a lot of attention of this concept, because we really want to bring to all of you, the concept of Me. So moving forward, as you know, please go to down below of your screen, please click on the microphone so we can have a better sound. Please unmute yourself. And moving forward of this presentation, we're going to start with Mariluz, our director of premium sales. She's going to give you like a little overview about the Me concept first, and then we're going to move to the hotels, Me Dubai and Me London, following with the other Me hotels that we have in other destinations. Mariluz, welcome.
Mariluz is on mute.
Mariluz, you're on mute.
Okay, so thank you very much again, Rodolfo, for your great introduction. It's a great pleasure being here with you today. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to all our clients and travel advisors. Thank you very much for your trust and commitment to our company. We really appreciate your loyalty. We are very grateful for your business, and it's a pleasure to be here with you today. In these very challenging and difficult times, now more than ever, it is important to support one to another, to work as trusted partners, and this is why we appreciate even more that you are sharing your time with us and that you are following our communities and all the very interesting contents that Rodolfo, Natalie, and Adam are giving to you almost on a daily basis. I hope that you enjoy them. So today, I'm here with two experts on the Me brand, which are Russell and Julian, and we will try to give you a brief guide to the brand essence, to the Me brand essence, the positioning, the attributes, the portfolio, with a special remark on two of our best two properties, which are Me Dubai and Me London. Me by Meliá is a collection of contemporary resorts and urban hotels. Among all the Meliá Hotels International brands, Me is the most, I would say, exciting, sophisticated, exclusive, and curated one on the lifestyle side. Me is curious, is exciting, and has a daring spirit. All of these elements come together, offering a creative luxury lifestyle hotel experience, combining creativity with sophistication. Me by Meliá is a place to discover contemporary culture and enriching experiences in every destination. It's not a large portfolio, it's a very selected portfolio. You will see that later, but very, very curated. Each hotel is connected to the destination, becoming the social epicenter and attracting the best of the local culture scene. It is true that in some people's mind, I will say that most of the travel agents' mind and most of the industry colleagues' mind, the Me brand is very much linked to the pure party concept. Well, this is true. We have some party ambience in our hotel, and this is what makes them also very special. But the brand has evolved in the last years to a more contemporary culture connection. So the contemporary culture is part of our Me brand now and is becoming more and more important in this special brand. For our Me guests, a stay in one of our hotels is more than just a vacation or a visit. It's an immersion in architecture, design, gastronomy, and art with the best self-service culture experience. So we deliver at the Me hotels personal and enriching experiences for the stylish modern traveler. All this essence and all this core of the brand, we translate them into what we call the brand expressions, which are the attributes of the brand. There are different attributes for this brand. Being one of them, we will need to go through this quickly because the slides, I think that they move exactly. Let's go to the next one, Rodolfo, please, so they can see the brand expressions. So starting with the brand expressions, the main important one is what we call the aura of Me. The aura of Me is an emotional connection of three key elements. One of the elements is the local scene. What is the local scene? Is the space that reflects the culture of the destination, that we capture that essence in our hotels. Number two is the venue. The venue, the hotel itself, it becomes a social epicenter with a lot of things going on in terms of music, design, exhibitions, gastronomy, and so on. And the third, very important one, is the aura team, the Me people. So this collective of people that we put together, the guests, the artists, and our associates, are people who are very passionate to discover the undiscovered. So it's a new way to discover the destination in a link to the contemporary culture and the contemporary scene. Another pillar, obviously, of our brand expressions is the service culture. The service culture goes to different aspects of the service philosophy. Is all about you, is all about the guest. We make tailor-made experience. Let's say that we don't have a lot of things who are customized. Most of them are, as I say, tailor-made for every guest. Second, in the know, we have connections to the best scenario and the best things on the destination. No matter if it is the most famous bar, the most famous restaurant, the best, the latest exhibition to visit in that city, we will open the door to your guests to all these very exclusive experiences in the destinations. Always in a daring way of doing the things, always being innovative and surprising the guests. And we are qualified as trendsetters in the lifestyle hotel industry, being on the vanguard of the music, art, and design. So we try to combine all these different aspects in our service culture to always surprise in innovative ways to all your clients. Then another very important pillar are the Me Plus benefits. The Me Plus benefits are associated to the best room categories, so all the suites better categories in the hotel, and these are a collection of benefits exclusive to that are exclusive and different in every Me hotel. So meaning every Me hotel has adapted this selection of special benefits and attributes to the suites to the destinations where they are located. But for sure, in every Me hotel, you will find a wide range selection of benefits that will apply to your guests staying in our most superior rooms. Then, what is also very important for this brand, especially in the city destinations, in the urban destinations, destination is the architecture and design. We collaborate with the most innovative architects and designers from around the world. We have Foster and Associates at the Mi London, Zaha Hadid at the Mi Dubai, that you will be explained later, or Aldo Rossi in Mi Milano, just to mention a few. The three of them are very good exponents of the modern and contemporary architecture and design, and we have them in our selection of properties at the Mi portfolio. Then the art and the music. Music especially has been always very important for the brand, and we do have different partnership and associations with different artists and music festivals around the world. For example, we have a very special association with the Sonar Music Festival. There is an electronic music festival very famous in Europe, the most famous in Europe, and then we do have different performance during the Sonar event at our hotels, the Mi Sitges or the Mi London, just to mention one of these special actions. And then lastly, but very, very important as well, is the food and beverage. Our food and beverage outlets bring world-renowned gastronomy into our hotels. We do have associations with very innovative chefs around the world that are taking place in different outlets in our Mi hotels around the world. And this is the very small and very curated selection. As I say, we have 7 hotels open, mentioning and including as an open the Mi Dubai, you will be learning later what is going on with this beautiful hotel. And we have, most of them are based in Europe, Madrid, Ibiza, Sitges, London, Milan, and Dubai, and one of them in Mexico, Los Cabos. And coming very soon, beginning of next year, we will be opening Mi Barcelona, that we are very excited about this property, and I will show you later a little bit about the hotel, and Mi Doha, that will be opening also before the end of 2021. So this is the small selection and the small guide through the brand, who is going to be complemented now with my colleagues Russell and Julian. I leave you now with Russell. We are very excited and very proud of having Russell in the company since almost 1 year now, with this amazing property in Dubai that has been, without any doubt, the most exciting and innovative hotel opening in Dubai since many years. So Russell, all yours, please bring us to this lovely place.
Thank you very much, Mary-Louise. As mentioned, my name is Russell. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing for the property in Dubai, which I'll be happy to talk about. We actually have 3 different areas of this property, but we can break down. And I believe there's going to be time for questions and things as well. So the 3 different areas is, of course, our owners and the owners of the building, which we refer to as the Opus. Omniat are our owners that you can actually see here. So moving across, you will actually see the first glimpse of the Opus building on the next slide. And there you can see what it actually looks like, which I will describe a little bit in short. The property is only 93 keys, designed by Omniat in the hotel, and it's actually the bottom 3 floors of the property. You can see the Mi and the Zaha Hadid area, which she actually designed in its entirety. The Opus and Omniat had Zaha Hadid actually come to Dubai and look at the property, and it has a central location to Burj Khalifa and the Dubai Mall, and the Opus is becoming a landmark in its own right, which is what you can see here. The atrium on the inside is designed by Zaha Hadid, and she is actually known for her bespoke kind of properties. And as mentioned by Mary-Louise, the architecture and design is very important to us, and this is what we're bringing to Dubai. Moving across, you'll actually see the Omniat building, and Zaha Hadid herself is a famous starchitect, as we like to call her. She has over 50 or 60 properties around the world, which include 6 or 7, I believe now, in the US, and many more in Europe and Asia. And again, from the UK, she also has quite a number of properties that we'll see there. Zaha Hadid is actually the only female architect to win the Pritzker Prize before passing in 2016. And this is actually what gave her the title of the Queen of the Curve. So you saw the picture of the building earlier. You could see the square building with but central part in the middle, which is what we call the curve. And this was all designed by Zaha Hadid and the architects. And this actually is something that she pushes through to the entire hotel as she moves forward as well. She was voted one of the 100 most powerful Arab women, although she's actually originally English. I take some credit for that as well. And again, part Iraqi. So she knows the Middle East as a market very, very well, but her work extends around the world. But we're actually very fortunate to have her. Some of the project works you can see here, and I've listed a couple of them, which includes a 1000 museum in Miami. I believe that's probably one of her most famous in the US market. But she also has a lot traveling around the world. So maybe you've actually seen her buildings, maybe you've been into her buildings without actually knowing it. So you'll actually see as you go across. She will be recognized by her fantastic architecture, which you can see from this building. Just to describe what we actually have here, the white area, which you can see on the bottom right-hand screen, is where we have our swimming pool and our healthy refuel and relax bar I'll be talking about later. And on the top, we have just actually announced we will be opening a rooftop bar. However, this will be after summer. 53 degrees heat in the Dubai summer is probably not the most time when people want to sit outside and have a drink. However, we look forward to opening when the winter time comes for some great views as we go through the property. The icon architectural distinction is in a location called downtown Dubai. For those that know Dubai, it's in an area called the Burj Khalifa district, which is about a 10-minute walk away from the city's most famous icons, which includes the Burj Khalifa, as well as the Dubai Mall and the fountains, and only about 10-15 minutes away from the airport as well. The building itself is a luxury indulgence of property, which includes office spaces, residential spaces, restaurants, outlets, a nightclub, and shops and restaurants as well. So it's an all-encompassing destination there. 93 keys of the property, which is 74 all king-sized rooms. There are no twins in the Zaha Hadid property of Me Dubai, which again is a good focus for the different markets. You can see out of the window of one of our suites, the iconic personality suite we have. You can also see the Burj Khalifa in the distance, which is actually the world's tallest apartment. The property is designed with everything in mind, from your Wi-Fi to your electronics to your systems and your musics and your setup. The two room types we have, you'll be able to view here, which is our hour room in a midnight theme and a vibe room in a desert theme. So all room types actually have the two different properties designed by Zaha Hadid to accompany the desert feel. So you have that desert cream on the bottom with the red furniture, and a midnight of those blues with the wonderful back headboards and the white furniture which accompanies it. Everything comes with a room. It's all controlled by your phone. So you'll be able to control everything from the camera on the door. So if somebody knocks on your door, you'll be able to see who's actually at the door, and also let them in at the touch of a button without even getting out of bed. So your room service is actually brought to you in bed as well. The TV is fully interactive, which controls the internet or what to do in Dubai, as well as a Meliá channel, so you can view the other hotels of where you'd like to travel around the Me by Meliá brand as well. The suites that we actually have start off at 66 square meters. And here you can see a little bit of a design of the properties. The bathrooms, which is designed by Zaha Hadid, are the amazing curved situations. And hopefully you'll actually see a picture of the rainfall showers that we actually have as well. The chic suites, the passion suites, are the lower category range, but that doesn't mean they're less of anything, because we have the super king size beds, the Zaha Hadid rain showers, a bespoke bathtub, which you can see in the background there, which has a wonderful jacuzzi bath as well. And you can actually move to the city suites, which have canal views and the city views as well. The maxi bar is where you can pick up all of your coffee and tea making. You can make your cocktails with our designer cocktail making menus, or you can pick up a few souvenirs if you don't have time to get to the shops to be able to take it home for your loved ones. The next two slides, the personality starting at 98 square meters. Again, we'll take 2 adults and an infant due to the size. And then we have the absolutely fabulous Suite Me. This is where the people who want to be seen and want to be heard have to be. As you can see by the picture, the size of the actual screen that we have in the rooms to the Bose speakers, which are actually in the ceilings. We have a wonderful dining table in the Suite Me, which converts into a pool table, which is next to your bar as well. So you'll be able to invite your friends up to your room, which is 198 square meters on the 3rd floor of the building, looking out to Burj Khalifa. And of course, if you want to relax, we also have a wonderful jacuzzi bath, which can hold 3 or 4 people, I believe. So again, it's an area to entertain all of your friends and your families as well. Moving on to the sides, the Me Plus benefits, we will be reflecting shortly due to the fact that we have a few changes in the conditions. However, we have a cocktail experience in one of our outlets, which we will discuss shortly. The LTO experience is a Zaha Hadid nitrogen tea experience, which has to be seen, where you sit and have a tea and the nitrogen smoke just flows over your teas and cups, while you can actually sit in the atrium, which is what you can see here in the evening time. You'll be able to look out through the window into the void, where we have over 4,400 LED lights sparkling and twinkling away, which will be different colors during the day and during the evening. We have a number of different services there, which I would recommend. And if you actually have time, the Oculus VR game is a fantastic way to have a little bit of fun while you're in your rooms if you're not a TV person. And we will be soon launching the Wellness by Me TV channel, where you'll actually have an in-room guide for your spa and for your massage treatments and your fitness, so you don't even have to go to the gym, where everything's actually available for you. Hopefully you'll see some of the facilities. The swimming pool that we have here is actually a completely open pool. There's no construction work next to us, which is unknown for Dubai, which does actually mean you have around about 5 pure hours of sunshine without the sun ducking around behind the area. We have a pool bar, we have the cabanas, and we have this wonderful white marble swimming pool, which is a selfie dream I've already seen for most people. We have the techno gym, which you can see in the bottom picture. And what you're actually looking at there is the biocircuit technology. We are actually the very first hotel and building in the Middle East to have biocircuit technology. This is where you can have a full body workout in 30 minutes. You literally go up with your little watches, you beep it on the screen, and the machine will fit itself to you personally. If you're taller or shorter or stronger, or just after a light exercise, this is probably the best place to actually have your exercise. The next slide will hopefully be some of our food and beverage outlets, meetings and events. We're a little bit smaller on meetings and events themselves. You can see we actually have this wonderful boardroom. What we do pride ourselves on is the extra space. You can see the bottom left-hand side, we actually have an empty shell space, which is an industrial design. So if you have any clients that are doing an event in Dubai, they can basically do what they want. They can paint the walls, they can put things on the walls, they can create their own destination within Me Dubai. And then we also have the atrium space, which you can see in the top left, which is more natural daylight than the hotel. And this is an area where we can create a lot of networking and social events. And we had a very nice brand product launch there as well. Moving across to something I will have to do soon because it's 6 o'clock in the evening here in Dubai. The next slide will be talking about the food and beverage options. We're very happy to have the refuel and relax, which is the top left-hand side. So after the gym or after your in-room exercise, we have this wonderful space which provides healthy eating. So if you want your salads or your healthy shakes, your protein snacks, your wraps or your takeaway breakfasts, this is the place to come for your breakfast, lunch and dinner. The bottom left is our Spanish twist restaurant. Being Dubai, we can't call ourselves a Spanish restaurant, so we're Central. It's a cosmopolitan tapas and bar. This is where you can come and have your favorite cocktails or your mocktails. You can try some of the traditional Spanish twists that we've created here in Central, or you can just sit at the bar and enjoy the views of the atrium itself. It's a wonderful place to come for breakfast, lunch and dinner. We will do a lot of activities, which I will talk about in just a moment. We are very, very proud because the next slide is actually Roka. For those that aren't aware of Roka, Roka is actually by Zuma. So we actually have the very first contemporary Japanese rabatayaki grill in Me Dubai and Dubai's first Roca restaurant. I've actually been able to try, and it's absolutely fabulous. For those that must know the Nobu concepts of the world and the Zuma concepts of the world, this is what Roca is. We have also just launched a local restaurant, which is Maine. Maine is a local brand which has been created for brasseries, so it's based around your steak and your oysters, so a bit of surf and turf as well. On top of this, as Mary Lou's, and to finish off with, we are just confirming and finalizing the very last details of a Zaha Hadid gallery, which will be in the lobby behind me, that will be with you for the end of the year. We have a company called Asulin, who are a very bespoke book company for travel books and lifestyle books, as well as a number of different activities. So every time you come to Me Dubai, it will always be something different. We will also look at a piercing studio by some famous Saudi sisters. We will look at some henna tattoos and body painting, as well as a number of different events and activities taking place in Central, by the pool and around the atrium. So I will hand you over to our friend, Mr. Durian from Me London, and thank you very much, and look forward to some questions later. Thank you.
Thank you, Russell. That was super great. As you say, we're going to give now the voice to Jurian, but I wanted to especially thank you for this great presentation of Me Dubai. I can't wait to go there and sleep in one of the Zaha Hadid design suites or to enjoy Roca. We'll need to make some savings before being able to afford the Roca dinner, but for sure, I mean, very, very excited with this product. Congratulations. And now we have our colleague Jurian from London, who is also an amazing, amazing property. Since we opened this hotel in London more than 6 years ago now, if I'm not wrong, the totally perception and the totally mindset of the brand, of the Me brand, has changed because of this stunning property. So Jurian, please, your time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be on this presentation, on this call. Firstly, I want to say that I hope that everyone is safe, well, healthy, and that all your loved ones are safe and healthy as well. I've been asked to entertain you for the next 10 minutes. So rather than going through a presentation, which there is, so I leave it up to Rodolfo to change the slides along my talk. But I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story, because I prefer to tell stories rather than to do presentation slides. Now, Rodolfo, if I may just ask you to go one slide back, because what is very important in London is location. There is a TV program in London, and they are a real estate program selling houses, and there is always a note talking about location, location, location. So here we go, location. Covent Garden, one of the most established areas and most picturesque areas in London. We are in an area which is called the Theatreland. Now, the Theatreland is part of West End. West End stretches all the way from Piccadilly down to the River Thames. Within Theatreland, there is the area where the most famous theatres are. And that's the area where the Me London is situated. To go back a little bit in history, here we see the facade of the hotel. The hotel has been designed by a gentleman called Norman Foster. He is very, very well known for the Millennium Bridge, but also for the Gherkin. And the reason why he selected this area to develop the hotel was because it was based, or it's built on the site of an old theatre, the Gaiety Theatre. Now, if you were performing in the Gaiety Theatre, hats off, you were doing extremely well. Unfortunately, the Gaiety Theatre was destroyed during the war, and the site was taken over by a very well-known brand, which is called the BBC, the British Broadcasting Company. And the British Broadcasting Company performed their first world broadcastings. So what we know today as BBC World was actually broadcasted from the site of the Me London. Now, the reason why they decided to do that from that site is because of the building behind us. And the building behind us is called Marconi House. Now, as we may all well know, Marconi is the inventor of the radio. Everything I'm telling you will become very obvious in the coming few minutes. Because when we asked Norman Foster to design the hotel, we wanted him to tell the story about broadcasting, about radio, about entertainment. So Norman Foster has created that whole flow and that whole sense. Now, Rodolfo, if you can go slightly back to the entrance before we go to the rooms. A little bit further. I think 2 slides more. Yes, this one. What you can see here, this is the main entrance when you come into the hotel, and you see kind of a wave of stainless steel. Now, that wave of stainless steel is representing sound waves. The reason why it's representing sound waves is a very architectural, very smart trick. Because by creating sound waves in an open area, when you walk through the corridor, your voice resonates in between the steel bars. So that means that you're separating the 2 areas. A lot of the tricks that he has designed within the building are telling the story of sound, music, and how it travels. So if we go up to the first floor where we actually have our reception, which is a 10-story high atrium, including wall projections on the wall. Now, if you come here, what Foster did was he wanted to tell the story that as soon as you go up into the building, your mindset changes. So he wanted you to become more relaxed as you go up in the building. What you will see on the inside of the atrium is that the walls are made out of white marble. On the other side, on the outer side of the building, which is, I think, the next picture, you can actually see that it's made out of black marble. So it's yin and yang, right? It's the 2 opposites. Now, when you are in the corridor, you walk from a very bright, very buzzing area, which London is as a city, into a calm and tranquil floor. Now, the reason why we have darker floors, darker hallways, is an architectural trick as well. Because when you enter a dark hallway, you automatically lower the tone of your voice. You become quiet. And if there's one thing you want in a hotel that is very buzzing and a city that is very buzzing, you want people to be quiet on the hotel floors. Now, then you go into a room and everything opens up. It becomes a wide, bright space where you see no art. Where art is a pivotal part of the Me brand. Now, the reason why there's no art is because the room itself is art. The second thing is, if you enter the room, and that goes for everybody who has been traveling and everybody who has been traveling a lot, as we all did and all do, we automatically walk towards a window when we enter a room. So Foster tells the story by saying, if you walk to that window, the art is outside. And this is a way for you to embrace London as a city. I'm not going to go into details about the rooms because they are the same in every Me brand. They have the same names. For us, it's purely a matter of size. Of course, there are rooms with balconies, which is quite nice for London standards. And as Russell also explained, we have the different suite types. We'll go to the suite on the top floor, which is the Me Suite, because the Me Suite has a little bit of a story. The Me Suite, you want to innovate as a hotel, and we constantly need to innovate, right? So we asked, and we can't really change the design of the hotel because everything is curated by Mr. Norman Foster. So in order to make it a bit more appealing and change it from time to time, we asked a company called Rocket St. George to do our soft furnishings in the Suite Me. Now, the Suite Me is the top floor suite, which gives you a 360-degree view over the city of London. So you can see everything. It also has a direct connection to Radio Rooftop. Now, why is it called Radio Rooftop? Very logical, because of Marconi House and our history as a broadcasting building. What is very important is that the Me London always has been the flagship hotel. So a lot of the items we design in the Me London, we integrate into other hotels. That is very important. So you will see that, for example, Me Milan also has a Radio Rooftop. Now, to have a rooftop in London is something very, very special. Okay, with an outside terrace. We can see that more and more hotels are trying to build radio rooftops. I can tell you this is the place to be in London. And we attract a lot of entertainment industry. We attract a lot of very local famous people that like to sit out on radio rooftop. There is music, there's DJs, it's quite buzzy. We have another restaurant which for people that are based in New York, for example, will be quite known. And it's called STK. And STK is actually a restaurant that was designed in or created in New York. It's an American steakhouse, but on a very, very high level. So we only use USDA beef. And it's an amazing place. Now, this place I will tell you a little bit about, because if you get into STK during lunchtime, it's a nice restaurant. If you get there in the evening, up to about 9 p.m., you can have a normal conversation. From that point onward, the DJ turns up the music, the ladies take off their shoes, they will stand on the couches and start dancing. It's a very, very, we call it vibe dining, and it has a reason why we call it that way. An amazing place. Everybody leaves with a smile. So it's quite extraordinary. This restaurant, you have to imagine that normally a restaurant has about a life cycle of 3 years in London. This restaurant has been there since the opening, and it's still growing in numbers. They do 600 covers on a Saturday night, which is mind-blowing. Of course, with the new regulations and everything, we still need to see if we can do those kind of numbers, but there will be a lot of adjustments. I'm happy to inform you that only 2 hours ago, it was announced that the hotel is allowed to reopen on the 4th of July. We will be one of the first hotels to open in the whole area because most of our colleague hotels are only opening in September at the earliest, some in August. So we have 11 days to go and a lot of work to do to reopen. You can imagine when a hotel has been closed for 3 months, there is quite an amount of work to be done to reopen. So we are extremely excited, and we're very, very much looking forward to welcoming people back and welcoming guests back. And our focus initially will be on the domestic market because of the quarantine regulation coming into the UK. But we have small signs that they might loosen up that restriction very soon. So hopefully by the end of summer, by August, September, we will be able to welcome guests from the States as well and from Canada. And, you know, that's one of our most important markets. So we're very much looking forward to that. I think that was my 10 minutes. Thank you very much. It was lovely presenting to you.
Thank you very much, Julian. It has been great. And congratulations on the reopening of the hotel. I can't wait to be back there with you, with the team, to enjoy the amazing rooms, to have dinner again at the STK. That is something that I really, really love. So congratulations and all my best wishes for this reopening. Now I'm going to take you roughly to all the remaining hotels in the portfolio. I'm going to try to make it quickly because we would like to leave some space for you at the end of the presentation. So if you have any question or anything, so you have your little time. So I apologize if I go a little bit fast, but I will try to make my best for you to give you the very unique selling points in every hotel. So the Milan is an amazing property. We opened this hotel, that was 4 years ago. Wow, times fly. And this is located right in the center of Milan, in Piazza della Repubblica. Piazza della Repubblica is just 5 to 8 minutes walking to the Duomo, Galleria Vittorio Emanuele, so it's super centrally located, 10 minutes to the fashion area and to all the shops and everything. And this hotel is a very intimate hotel. The interior design, as we say before, has been done by Aldo Rossi, who is one of the best interior designers in Italy right now. Most of the famous and rich people in Italy who are redesigning their house, they go into Aldo Rossi to do it. So you will feel around the hotel is like feeling at home. You see here on the right, on the top, this is the lobby of the hotel. There is like a private house, the same for the rooms. They are very warm, this very Milanese style, and with these details all around the rooms that reminds you to be in a private house. The suites, the inventory of suites of the hotel is quite big. It's a small 110 rooms in total, and 40% of the inventory are suites. Most of them are overlooking Piazza della Repubblica with amazing floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking this lovely piazza in Milano. And there are some of the suites that has huge terraces to enjoy the very nice life of Milano. But the very, very unique selling point of this hotel, apart of the lovely design, destination, location, and everything, is the radio bar, the rooftop bar. Here in Milano, as Julian mentioned before, we also, when open the hotel, we copy the concept of the Mill London, the radio bar. And this has been, since the opening of the hotel in Milan, the place to be. The city, as you know, is very well known for all the fashion, top models, automotive industry like Ferrari and so on. So in this bar, since the very opening, we managed to capture of these super VIP and celebrities in Milano coming on a daily basis to the hotel. So it is amazing when you get there and you see all these beautiful local people in the radio bar. It's a very nice experience for the guests of the hotel who really have this, ambience, and they mingle with the local people. So very special radio bar, and the STK, as well as in London, a very famous one. It works very, very well. So this is a great option, downtown Milano, with a lifestyle essence, very, very powerful. So then we move from Milano, we move to Madrid. The Mi Madrid this is the first Mi hotel that we opened more than 10 years ago. In fact, this is the 12th anniversary. This year is the 12th anniversary of the Mi Madrid. As you can see, this is an historical building. So what we did with the architecture of this hotel is to completely refurbish an architecture, a protected building. This is an historical building that is protected for the City Hall of Madrid. And then inside, we give a very special interior design to the hotel, but keeping all the historical facade and the historical part of the building. The hotel is centrally located. From the hotel, you walk to all the museums, the Plaza Mayor, the historical area, and it's overlooking one of the most beautiful squares in Madrid, little squares that is called Plaza Santana, with plenty of small, cozy restaurants and bars. So it's a very nice atmosphere and a very nice surrounding area where the hotel is located. So the hotel, even though it was open 12 years ago, but we have been refurbishing the hotel. The last renovation was 1.5 years ago that we refurbished completely the lobby area, the meeting space, the radio bar, the rooftop bar that is overlooking Madrid, as you can see here, and all the rooms. So you can see that the hotel is quite let's say almost completely new since 1.5 years ago. And one of the identities of the hotel, you see, we have some suites also with private terraces and private jacuzzis, whirlpools, which is also very unique in Madrid and give you a very nice sensation during your stay. And then the radio bar, that is still nowadays, after 12 years, one of the favorite places for the local people, for the Madrid people, when they get out and they want to have a drink in one of the most famous rooftop bars in Madrid. So then moving from Madrid to another destination in Spain, we go now to the Mediterranean destination, to Ibiza. You see, this is my house, but I'm not in Ibiza right now. I wish I was there, but unfortunately I'm not, but I'm from the Mediterranean, so I feel very strong, passionate about Ibiza. So our hotel in Ibiza is located in a natural park, so it's a very nice area in front of the Mediterranean. It is not in the party area of Ibiza. I know that whenever we say Ibiza, the first thing it comes to your mind is party. Well, that's true. In Ibiza you can find the best party in the world in summer, but apart from that, it's still a lovely Mediterranean island with beautiful tiny villages of white houses with a very blue Mediterranean water. And where our hotel is located, obviously we do have DJ and we have music because we are a me property, but we are not in the middle of all this super crowded and super noisy area. If you want to go to the party place, it's just with a car, it's just 15 minutes for the hotel, so very close, very convenient, but then you go back to the hotel and you relax in a lovely area and a lovely atmosphere. The hotel is member of Leading Hotels of the World, Virtuoso, and Fine Hotels and Resorts from Amex. You have lovely rooms with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the Mediterranean, the lovely water of the Mediterranean. The design, as you can see, is very white because Ibiza is known as the White Island, so everything is in white. And we do have some of the suites of the hotel with private pools, like the one that you can see here on the bottom. And then obviously we do have different restaurants. One of them is in the rooftop of the hotel, overlooking 360 views on the beautiful bay of Santa Eulalia. So it's a very special and unique experience as once you are in Ibiza, that combines both the party side of the island and the very lovely Mediterranean nature and a slow way of living of this lovely Ibiza island. Then we move to another resort destination. This one is in Barcelona, in Sitges. Sitges is a very small town. Well, not very small, I would say medium size, but this is located just 15 minutes from the main Barcelona airport and 30 minutes from the city of Barcelona. This is a perfect relaxation place to be if you don't want to be in the middle of the city of Barcelona. Very close to the city, you can go on a daily basis, it's just 30 minutes, and you can go by car or by train. There is a train very close to the hotel that connects you to the city, but the hotel is in the middle of the Mediterranean, it's in front of the beach, so you can relax there in the hotel, enjoy lovely views into the Mediterranean, the pool, the beach, the radio bar, that we also have a radio bar in this lovely place, but at the same time being very close to the city of Barcelona. You will see that the design, the interior design, is very Mediterranean style. The hotel was open only 2 years ago, so it's quite new, very refreshing. I mean, you feel like, wow, I'm in a very Mediterranean place. You can really feel the Mediterranean, not only from the views, but also for the interior design of the hotel. And we have one of the restaurants of the hotel is the place to eat the best paellas, that is this rice dish very famous in Spain, that is called the beso. We have the beach club with them and the restaurant with them, and it's an extraordinary experience to have your rice, your paella in front of the Mediterranean Sea with the lovely music of our dishes playing there. So great escapade for those who want to enjoy Barcelona from a different point of view. Then we move to another resort destination. This one is the most famous for all of you. I'm sure that you are very familiar with, and it's the exciting Mi Cabo. I must say that I was there in February for the very first time before the COVID came into our lives. So I was very lucky to be in Los Cabos. I stayed at the hotel at the Mi Los Cabos and also on our Paradisos, and I enjoyed dramatically. I mean, I had a great time. The location of the hotel is fantastic. It's in Cabo San Lucas. I know that you have been attending some of our webinars from my colleagues in Los Cabos. And this is really the Mi Resort Essence Hotel. I mean, you are in a great location in front of one of the only streamable beach in Baja California, in Los Cabos. And most of the rooms are overlooking the ocean, the pools. You have a very nice and fresh interior design, music, great party, great food. So great place to enjoy. One of our most famous Mi that was open only almost 12 years ago, pretty much at the same time that the Mi Madrid. So this is about the hotels of the Mi properties who are open already. And the very last one that I want to introduce to you today is one that we feel very excited about, and is the Mi Barcelona. So finally, we're going to have a Mi property in Barcelona. One of the most amazing things and unique selling points is the location. For those who know Barcelona, the hotel is located in Paseo de Gracia. So 1 minute walking from Plaza de Catalunya and right in Paseo de Gracia. So it's a super location to walk from the hotel to any attraction or any museum, any shopping district that you want to go in Barcelona. The hotel is a brand new hotel, so it is completely brand new, constructed from the scratch. So everything, the facilities, the rooms, interior designs are new and has been especially designed following the Mi objectives and the Mi essence. The lobby, you are going to see some pictures of the lobby right now. Well, these are all renders. Unfortunately, the hotel is not open yet, so these are the renders from the architect. It's going to be very spacious, but with this very intimate feeling, very similar to the lobby area at the Mi Milano. And then the rooms, all of them with huge floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking different areas of Barcelona. The size for being Barcelona are quite big because we have been managed to build them since the beginning with the standards that we wanted in terms of space in the rooms. We are going to have different type of rooms, street categories, etc. As you can see, it's very fresh with some warm colors, but still very fresh and very Mediterranean as well. And apart from the suites, one of the very important things for this hotel is going to be the food and beverage concept. We are going to have different restaurants. Well, the meeting room, there is going to be one of the largest ballrooms in that part of Barcelona that will allow to have 200 people. And then in terms of F&B, we are going to have one Mediterranean restaurant, quite big, with direct access from the street. So local people will be a very important part of our gastronomy and our outlets as well. We want local people to be involved in the life of the hotel. Then we also will have an Italian restaurant on the first floor, together with the bar of the hotel. So this is going to be on the first floor and will be still open to the local people in Barcelona, but with a more private and exclusive touch. The Mediterranean will be like a more fresh cuisine, and the Italian will be like a more intimate, elevated one. Like the bar, you can see the materials and everything we are going to use for the bar are going to be super top quality. So to welcome these very special people in Barcelona. And finally, which is also a unique selling point, will be the roof and terraces. We are going to have a lovely pool on the roof with beautiful terraces and lovely interior gardens surrounding this area. So we are very excited with this hotel that will be most probably opening in February next year. So we hope to welcome you and to welcome all your guests, not only to Barcelona, but to Dubai, London, Ibiza, Milan. So you have now a new brand on your mind, on your look. We hope that you enjoy what we explained to you today. We were just trying to bring you a little bit of the answers of this exciting brand. But we really encourage you to stay in one of our hotels, to ask your clients to come to our hotels, because they will definitely want to be disappointed. They are going to have always something new and engaging in one of our Mi hotels. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mariluz. Obviously, it will not be disappointing. Come on, my gosh, I want to be there. I want to be there in any of these hotels that you just showed. It's amazing. It's amazing. Oh my gosh, it's completely different. It's unique. I believe that it's a unique brand that we have in Meliá Hotels International, and agents, please keep that in mind, because as you just saw in our presentation, in each one of the hotels that Mariluz present, and as well in the hotel that our director of sales present in Dubai and London, this is something unique. I don't think that you're going to find something like that and this concept in the market. So please keep the Mi brand in your mind. Anytime that you have this kind of trendy fashion client that wants something different, Mi is the option, guys. Mi is the option, as Mariluz just explained, and our director of sales as well explained. It's not just party, it's the way to be, or it's the way where you want to see, where you want to be. Really, it's an amazing and a unique brand that we have in our portfolio. So I'm glad, guys, that you show and bring this concept and this brand to all our travel agents here in the States and Canada. So right now I'm going to stop the presentation, guys, and I'm going to start to read the questions that we have from our travel agents here in the chat box that is on fire. We have a lot of questions here, and we have as well a lot of comments. Well, we have Alisa Brunon. She's saying that she's so grateful to be part of this presentation, that she really recommends Meliá Hotels International. And now that she knows more than Mi brand, obviously she's going to start to book in our hotels. That is an amazing concept and something unique. Thank you so much, Alisa, for your comment.
Thank you.
So let me start to see the question that we have here on the chat. Is there any Mi hotel in New York? Not yet. We are going there, not yet. The only Mi hotel that we have here in the America region, let's call like that, is the Mi Los Cabos in Mexico. We have some hotels in the pipeline, but not yet. We don't have a Mi hotel in New York yet.
Let me say, Rodolfo, if you don't mind, that definitely New York is one of the destinations that we are desperately looking for a Mi property, and our development department has been working effortless to try to find a place or not a place, but a venue that meets with the requirements that we want for the Mi brand. So we are still looking into that, and hopefully we will manage to find a good deal to open a Mi hotel in New York, because this is definitely on the top #1 priority of our list for development under the Mi brand. Thank you.
Perfect. So we have here one question for Mr. Russell. Mr. Russell, they're asking us when Mi Dubai is going to reopen again, if we already have a date.
We actually will be opening on the 1st of September. We're looking forward to it. We're just finalising a few of the details, like the Zaha Hadid Gallery. So yeah, we're looking forward to welcoming everyone on the 1st.
On the 1st of September. And they are asking again that if you can just double mention again the location of the property.
Okay, so we're actually located, what we call as locals, the Business Bay, which doesn't actually mean much to anyone. So we call it the Burj Khalifa district. So if anybody knows a downtown destination or Dubai's destination, the Dubai downtown area is just a small square kilometre, and we're literally located about a 10-minute walk away from that in the Burj Khalifa district. it's about a 10-15 minute away from the airport itself. So it's a city property, if that's what everybody's after. We're about a 10-15 minute away from the beach. We will be working with partners for beach access. However, we're generally in a city, a perfect stopover destination, either to or from London or Milan because of the Emirates links, or many of the other destinations around the Indian Ocean and Africa.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Regarding the radio bars, they're saying that all the radio bars that we show in the presentation looks amazing, but they have a question about if the guests of the property, they have priority to get into the radio bar, because as we mentioned that those are open for public. If the radio bar gets 100% full, our guests have priority, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Perfect. And all the services in the radio bar are with extra charge. Guests doesn't have any kind of discount, or they have some kind of discount?
No, well, I can speak for the London one, but I think it's across the board. There are no specific discounts for guests that are coming in. Of course, if guests book suites, they have with me plus benefits. They have certain benefits in the radio bar. However, if agents want to use it as a unique selling point to offer to their guests, and again, I will speak on behalf of the Me London, we would be more than happy to create something for groups, or especially as for London, the fashion, music, entertainment industry is very, very important. So, and I know those industries are really looking into those kind of special things, just added value. So we're happy to do that and to look into that. And I think if that will be something for the other hotels, definitely we will be open to have that discussion.
Perfect.
Yeah, sure. Fully agree with you, Rian. And as he say, in most of the hotels with the Me Plus benefits, meaning the suites, the superior categories, they have some benefits, and there are some of them they have like included one drink, the first drink, or a special discount. But as a general thing for all the guests of the hotel, we don't have any special agreement. But obviously, happy to work on that, definitely.
Perfect. Awesome, guys. Here we have another question that says, it looks like the hotels are not family friendly, but you didn't mention nothing about children's. Do we allow children's in the Me hotels?
Yes, we do. However, it depends a little bit on the destination, because there are license restrictions. So, for example, in London, because of the food and beverage licenses that we have, we wouldn't allow children younger than 20 to go into the restaurant or the radio bar during evening hours after 5 p.m. During the day, it's absolutely fine. We do have a lot of interconnecting rooms, so we actually get quite a number of families. However, there's always a bit of a conversation about how we take care. If they go outside in the city, and that goes for most Me hotels, if they're located in the city center, there's so much around that guests are often happy to go out into the city, enjoy a dinner somewhere else. The amazing thing is, for example, for the Me London, is that guests can also have breakfast at Radio Rooftop, because that's where we serve our breakfast. And you have the full experience in the morning, or for brunch or an afternoon tea. And I'm sure it's the same with Russell as well for Dubai. So we are very family orientated, but there are some restrictions.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. This is pretty much the same everywhere in Ibiza. For example, the Me Ibiza, we even have a kids club. We don't make it public. I mean, we don't make a big noise about that, because obviously the Me brand is not as you say, is not very much family oriented, but we do welcome families in all the properties. But as Julian said, there are some restrictions, especially at night, during the evening at night in some of the bars and restaurants of the hotel. But apart from that, we do have kids' attention, we welcome them, we pamper them and everything. And we do have a lot of interconnecting rooms in most of the cases as well.
I'd like to add something. As for the Mi Cabo, families are allowed, kids are allowed between, the primarily kids, families come between Sunday and Thursday, and then they leave after that, and then the big kids come in after that.
Here we have another question that I believe is really interesting. They said, which one is our age range? Because looks that are really trendy hotels, as well as you mentioned, is your premium brand in your portfolio, but looks like the prices are higher. So maybe it's not affordable for young adults, or is more affordable for old adults. So they're asking for the age range.
Okay, it's an interesting question.
It is.
And if you would allow me, Mariluz, to respond to that.
Absolutely.
We have anything from 21 to 84.
Exactly.
What is really important here is that a lot of the hotels it's based on the architecture. So people that are interested in architecture, in lifestyle, it's an extension of the way they live at their own home. So, for example, I have regular guests that are coming once or twice a year to go to the theater in the evening, but they always stay at the Mi London. Now, these are very senior people in senior in age. But they love the design of the hotel. So for them, it's the perfect accompaniment for visiting London for a couple of days. At the same token, there are also guests that like to have the more classical experience, and they would go for Grand Meliá, or they would go for Meliá property. So we're not one size fits all. These are very specific properties, highly designed, and of course, I mean, STK, for example, STK London is not for everyone. It's a very busy, very vibrant place to go to. But again, on the same token, to have an afternoon brunch in Radio open on the terrace with the roof open, viewing the city of London, all the way from Parliament to the city. That's an amazing experience as well. So
perfect. So it's a complete journey, our hotel.
It's a complete journey.
Perfect. That's amazing. We have here another question. They're talking about the events that we mentioned about celebrities in the hotel. So they're asking us if when we have a celebrity event in the hotel, do the guests have some restrictions?
In what sense?
I believe, they asking if they have some restriction. I believe that maybe if we have an event, like a private event in the main lobby or in one of our radio bars or one of our outlets, if the guests have some restrictions, maybe do we make some like buyouts for the radio bar, or do we make buyouts for our services when we have a local celebrity or fashion event on properties?
Go ahead, Julian, please.
It happens that sometimes we provide radio rooftop exclusively to groups, for example. I know it's the same situation in Milan as well, Madrid as well. The thing is, we always inform guests up front. And there are always alternatives. Now, because it's a pivotal part of the experience of the hotel, we limit the numbers of time that we rent out on an exclusive basis. Unless the whole hotel is rented out on an exclusive basis, which happens from time to time as well. For example, if we look at the weekends in Milan and Madrid and London, we would never give radio rooftop exclusively on a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. It's impossible. We can't.
Exactly.
Because it is an area for our guests primarily and for the local community. So to give that away during the weekend on weekend days is just not possible. If it happens on a Monday when there are very limited guests in the hotel, then it potentially is a different story. But if we need to restrict areas, it will either be temporarily. It's also the thing that these are guests as well, so they like to mingle with other guests, unless there are really security restrictions. Of course, we understand, but it's the vibe that makes the place as well.
Perfect.
Can I add something, Rodolfo, as well?
Of course.
I was explained when I was at the Meet Cabo that they do have quite a few of celebrities coming down there from time to time. And one of the key features is that the hotel guests could see one of the football players or one of the ball players or the movie stars by the bar, go up next to them, have a drink, talk, whatever, but don't pull out your phone to take a picture with them and don't ask for an autograph. It's kind of like an unwritten rule kind of thing. So that's what I was understood. You could see them, talk to them, say hi, but don't ask for any special privileges. Thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah, this is pretty much the same in Milano as well. As I mentioned before, we have a lot of top models in Milano, football players, very famous in Europe. And they stay there. They love to see people around. I mean, they want to see this, atmosphere and not to feel alone. But we don't allow other people to disturb them and to approach them, asking for pictures or anything. So we manage that quite well in all the radio bars.
Perfect. So here we have two more questions. One is for Russell. Russell, they're asking, how is the weather in September in Dubai?
September is probably one of the nicer times to come to Dubai. You generally try to avoid the summer period in Dubai, which is May to June up until about August. So October is in that kind of middle area. And it is one of the times, it's probably one of the coolest times to come here, where you can actually enjoy a full day on the beach, a full evening in the desert without getting too hot or too cold. So generally for us, December, January is a little bit cooler, which is still a nice time to come because you can actually see the sights. You just need a light jacket or a light jumper in the evenings. The summertime, like it is here, is, as I said, 50, 53 degrees sometimes, depending on the weather. And then again from September, October, November, and then February, March, April are probably the better 6 months to be in Dubai.
Perfect. And in terms of the public areas, Russell, they're asking if those public areas like the gym, the pool that you show in your presentation, if the guests share that areas with the private condominiums that you mentioned the building have.
We actually have private residences. We will actually, at the moment, none of them are open. They're not actually scheduled to open at any time at the moment. We were going to open them this year, but due to situations. So we actually have 3 that have been bought, but none of them have been opened. 97 of the residences will actually be handed over to us anyway, but it won't actually take anything out of the guests or the hotel guests' kind of enjoyment of the property. As you mentioned earlier with celebrities, I'm yet to see anybody in the short time that we were open. However, it's a royal family situation for us. They're the only people that will actually cause any change to the guests. So the hotel is purely for the guest pleasure.
Perfect. Awesome. And we have here another question for a travel agent, Richard. He said that that we didn't talk nothing about that were pet-friendly hotels. Do we still are pet-friendly hotels in all the meets?
Absolutely, we are. Sorry that I didn't mention that. I forgot to mention that on the expression and attributes of the brands. But yes, we are pet-friendly, and we are very happy and very proud of being a pet-friendly brand, a pet-friendly hotels. Absolutely.
Perfect. And Richard, you're the one asking for September in Dubai. So if you have a booking or a client going to Dubai, please contact Adam, which is your rep in the States, or send me an email. And for sure, we're going to be more than glad to help you with your booking. And believe me, Dubai is the option. We have, look, here we have another question regarding transportation, Mariluz. This question comes as well when we were presenting the brand. Transportations back forward from the airport to the hotel.
Yeah, I mean, as we say, as with the Grand Meliá brand, we explained last week, I mean, transportation is not for free. We don't offer complimentary shuttle to or from the airport. We are able to organize that in all our Me hotels. We have a very experienced guest experience team that is called the Aura team, and they will take care of organizing the private transfer from to the airport anytime with any type of cars, limousine, whatever you prefer. But this is with a cost. There is a cost implied, except for some of the suites, like the personality suite and the top suites of the hotel, that this might be included as one of the benefits of the Me Plus attribute to the suites.
Awesome. So as you know, guys, as well, we have our live, Facebook Live, that we have another agents in the webinar, participating in this webinar through Facebook Live. Adam, do we have any question on our chat in Facebook?
Well, there was having some technical difficulties with it. Some people could hear it, couldn't see it. Some people could see it, couldn't hear it. However, I advised them that it's being recorded and I will post it on the Facebook group thereafter. However, I know you answered one question about the reopening of Dubai already on September 1st. I have a few comments. They can't wait to hear more about the Me New York coming down the pike later on. Another one was the Me Sitges with the paella. They've been there and they've loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Thank you. But
And
you can see that I was telling the truth.
yeah, absolutely, Mariluz. And they heard about the Me Ibiza, the leading hotel of the world, and they're very impressed by that because it's a very, very high distinction, as you all know already.
Absolutely.
They can't wait to have the Me in Dubai open up, so they can hopefully venture out that side. I have one agent who actually wanted to go there from before it was COVID hit. And she had asked me, and I said, all right, let's give it a minute to open first, because I know we had pushed back a date a little bit, but I'm going to get back with her. And, of course, they all know the Me London. You're doing a great job. But that's all I have, really and truly. Thank you very much.
Perfect, Adam. So I have as well here I don't have another question. What I have is that comments about our travel agents. One is saying, Alice is saying that amazing architectural design hotels. Wow, guys, you really rock. Thank you, Alisa. As well, we have, Joyce is saying, great to see you, Yurian.
Yeah.
We have as well some comments about what amazing brand I didn't know about. I was not familiar with this brand. Thank you guys for bringing this brand to us. And well, that is the one in New York. And I have another comment here that it says, it looks really, oh, look, this is like a kind of comment and question. It looked really nice, the properties. It's really amazing and upscale properties. My question here is that if we have ballroom and meeting the space, yes, we have. We show in each one of our presentation that all the Me Hotel have meeting space. They are not huge one, like maybe other hotel, because everything goes based on the room of the inventory that the hotel have. But yes, we do have meeting events. Do we attend a lot of meetings in our Me hotels? Do we attend a lot of groups, MICE groups, or not?
Yeah, go ahead, Margaret.
Go ahead, Julian, please.
MICE is an important part. The reason why I'm a little bit hesitant at the moment is, even though we have 500 square meters of meeting space, of course, with the new restrictions in place, a part of the meeting capacity is pulled backwards, because we will not be able to provide the same numbers as we did in the past. What is very important and then I'm talking about the Me London, is that it's one of the few venues in London, in the center of London, where you can actually drive in cars and heavy equipment directly from the garage. So what we do is that we also do, for example, a lot of film recordings. Fashion Week, for example, is very important, but we also do a lot of film recordings. And what makes the location very convenient, besides the fact that it's a beautiful location, is that all the supplies can go in directly from the car park. So all the flight cases, all the music equipment, everything, the film equipment can just be rolled in. And that's quite unusual in London. But from a meeting capacity point of view, I'm expecting that I will, for the foreseeable future, will not be able to host groups of more than 100 guests for meetings and events.
Perfect.
Yes, we will be following the regulations in every country in terms of the maximum number of people that are allowed to meet in the same space, and the social distancing. We need to keep it in every meeting room. We do have an SOP, a procedures that we are working on, depending on every legislation, because every country is doing applying a different rules. But definitely, we do have meeting space in all the ME properties, and the two properties we have a bit higher percentage of mice are ME London and ME Madrid. Then ME Dubai is going to be very small as ME Milan, but they still have some small place to meet.
Perfect. Awesome. So we have another question for our Canadian travel agents, Natalie.
Yes, we have a lot of great comments, a lot of wows and amazing, and we do have agents that have more and more clients, like potential clients that are looking for a stylish lifestyle hotel with amazing architecture and the place to be and everything. And there's not a lot of options beside the ME brand, so that's a big asset for us. For my personal comment for the flights, because as you know, we are opening soon. Transat and Air Canada are coming in July to the most important cities in Europe, Rome, London, Paris, etc., from Toronto, from Montreal, so we are very happy about that. And for Spain, we are waiting for some news, but if you guys have any clients that want to travel in July or August to Spain, to Ibiza, to Madrid, to Barcelona, there's always connecting flights from London, from Paris, from Rome, so that's no problem, but it's coming soon, so very happy about that. And for the question, it's coming from Stefan, and Stefan has a very good point, because the lifestyles and all these potential clients, a lot of them can travel solo or a group of friends, and they want each one to have their own private single room. So his question is, do we have maybe on Meliá Pro some promotions now for solo travelers? How does that work to be able to push these hotels for this particular target?
I like that very much, Stefan. Thank you very much for bringing this question to us. We don't have so far a special promotion for solo travelers, but that will make sense definitely. But we do have right now is a campaign, a very powerful campaign that is applying to all our brands, including the ME brands as well. There is called the Come Back campaign, which have a very, very nice discounts on it and totally flexible cancellation policies on every reservation. So please ask to Natalie or check on our Meliá Pro portal, so you can find, honestly, from now until mid-July, this campaign is open. We were discussing yesterday that maybe we'll give one more week for this campaign until the 20th of July because it's been very powerful and we are getting very, very good results. And you can find there are very good discounts in every ME property to travel until the end of the year. So you will still be able to book with this discount campaign, comeback campaign, a room at the ME Dubai in October or in November. So you will have the possibility until the end of this year is the travel window. for the campaign.
That's great, because as you know, or maybe not, agents, when you go on Meliá Pro, you have the total inventory, all the room categories, all the meal plans, if you want with breakfast, without. There's a lot of offers and a lot of options. And remember that you earn Meliá rewards points to be able to travel for free in all of our hotels. Specifically, get your points and go to the Me hotels.
Of course, they have to go to the Me hotels.
Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you.
So, so there is no any other question. Thank you so much, Yurian. Thank you so much, Russell, and thank you so much, Mariluz, for your time. I know that it was. Thank you for your time, for your presentation. It was really interesting, the presentation. There is a lot of information that you bring to our travel agents, a lot of value information for them to start to book our properties and to get familiar with the brand. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, travel agents, for your time. Thank you so much once again to be part of this communities, for your participation and for your loyalty. I see no faces because we don't. You're not open your cameras, guys, but I see a lot of common names that are participating in each one of our roundtables and webinar. Thank you so much. Please keep in contact, keep participating in our different events that we have. Keep connect with the communities on Facebook, because as you know, every day we have a different event. Tomorrow we're going to have as well some roundtables with people from the industry telling about everything, how the industry and the bookings and the trend is moving so far after all this situation. So please see our calendars, see our events that we are posting in our Facebook community. See you the next time. Mariluz, Yurian, Russell, thank you so much. Anything, guys, that you want to say?
Yes, thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
And we can't wait to travel back again, all of us, and to welcome you and your very valuable guests in our properties. Thank you for your trust once again. And thank you to Rodolfo and Natalie and Adam for taking such a good care of you and for bringing us today into this super nice presentation.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
I can't wait to go to London and to Dubai. Oh my God, Dubai.
Me too.
Let us know, Rodolfo.
Yeah, come on over.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, travel agents, for your time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.